This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, December 3rd, 2018. This is John Frenay, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. As we all know, former President George H.W. Bush passed away late Friday at the age of 94. President Donald Trump sent out a tweet saying, President George H.W. Bush led a long and successful, beautiful life. Whenever I was with him, I saw an absolute joy for life and his true pride in his family. His accomplishments were great from the beginning to the end. He was truly a wonderful man and will be missed by all. The president also declared Wednesday, December 5th, a national day of mourning for former President Bush, and all executive offices and agencies for the federal government will close on Wednesday to pay homage to the memory of the 41st president. Some federal employees in national security, defense, and other public sectors may need to still report for work, and they should check with their department heads. As for the ceremony surrounding the burial of former President Bush, an arrival ceremony involving both the House and the Senate will be held this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. at the Capitol. Bush will lie in state in the rotunda until Wednesday morning, and the public is invited to pay their respects to the 41st president from 7:30 p.m. tonight through 8:45 a.m. Wednesday, and that is 24/7. You can go in the middle of the night if you would want to do that and avoid any types of crowds. On Wednesday, there will be a memorial service at the National Cathedral in D.C. at 11 a.m. That would coincide with the National Day of Mourning. From there, the former president will be transported back to Texas, where he'll lie in repose at St. Martin's Episcopal Church from 7:45 p.m. Wednesday evening through 7 a.m. Thursday morning. Then a second memorial service will be held for him then. Then he will be taken by a specialized Union Pacific funeral car train to College Station, Texas, at the site of the George H.W. Bush Presidential Library, where he will be buried. At 11 a.m. this morning, Steuart Pittman will shed the moniker County Executive-elect and become the County Executive of Anne Arundel County. He will become the 10th County Executive for the county. He will be taking the stage at Maryland Hall. The event is free. However, all the tickets are, quote, sold out and no longer available. There will be opportunities to watch it online on Facebook Live, which would be the Anne Arundel County page. Eye on Annapolis will be having a full recording of the inauguration ceremony, and that should be available. We'll push that out to everybody probably by 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And if you do show up at Maryland Hall and you do not have a ticket, they will likely put you down into the Bowen Theater, which is down on the lower level, where the ceremony will be simulcast onto the large screen down there. So you can kind of see it, but not in person. Pittman is expected to lay out his vision for Anne Arundel County over the next 4 to 8 years. And if you will remember, he defeated current county executive Steve Shue in the November election by 3 points in a blue wave, which really saw many changes in Anne Arundel County leadership, including the makeup of the county council, which will now have a Democratic majority for the first time in a while, and the very first time ever, a female majority with only 2 males on the 7-member council. Now, the council will be sworn in a little bit later on this afternoon in council chambers, and they are expected to be in their seats for their very first meeting. All I can say about Baltimore City is, man, you people suck. 52-year-old Jacqueline Smith of Harford County was riding as a passenger in a vehicle on Saturday when she rolled down her window to give money to a woman who was carrying a sign that said, "Please help me feed my baby." A man approached the vehicle to thank Smith for giving her the money, but then tried to steal her purse. A struggle ensued, and the man stabbed her to death and fled on foot with the woman who was holding the sign. Police have not made any arrests. I hope they do. And to be honest with you, I hope that guy rots in hell. Something strange going on at the University of Maryland. There's more cases of the adenovirus have been confirmed, and right now they're up to 22 confirmed cases, according to a letter sent from the University Health Center. In 4 of the cases, students tested positive for adenovirus 7, which is a strain known to cause harsher sickness for those with chronic illnesses like asthma or diabetes, as well as for users of immunosuppressive medication. The announcement came almost 2 weeks after the adenovirus-linked death of 18-year-old Olivia Paragal, whose family pointed to the mold in her College Park dormitory as a potential cause. Of course, the university said it hadn't established a connection between the mold exposure and the infections. The health center has urged anybody with any kind of chronic medical problems or a weakened immune system to seek medical attention within 48 hours if any flu-like symptoms begin to occur. Symptoms to look out for include high fever, cough, sore throat, vomiting, or diarrhea. The teams are set for the Military Bowl. The Military Bowl announced that Virginia Tech and the University of Cincinnati have accepted invitations to play the game, which will be on New Year's Eve at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. The game will kick off at noon, and it is actually a rematch of the 2014 Military Bowl where Virginia Tech won before a sellout crowd of 34,000 and some odd. It'll be the second appearance for each team in the Military Bowl. Virginia Tech right now is 6-6, and they're going to be playing in a bowl game for the 26th consecutive season, which is the nation's longest active streak and the third longest streak in NCAA history. However, they're going against a 10-2 Cincinnati. Tickets for the Military Bowl are still available, and they only start at $30. A lot of fun, great game, lots of pageantry, and you can get them and more information at militarybowl.org. That is about it for the top news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day and we never know what's coming down. I do want to thank you for listening and I appreciate it. And if you're not aware of all the ways that you can connect with Eye on Annapolis, we've put a new link in the show notes there. It says bit.ly.connect with us or something like that. Click on that and you'll see you've got podcasts, we've got letters to the editor, we've got voice messaging, we've got text messaging, email, newsletter, all sorts of ways to connect with us. Give it a click, take a look at it, and make sure you are connecting with us whichever way you can. Now, of course, you want to hang tight because we have George Young with DMV Weather, and he's standing by with your local weather forecast right after this.
There is a diamond of diamonds, and as you'd expect, it's from the De Beers Group, benefiting from over 130 years of diamond expertise. Only 14 diamond tears in the world are allowed to touch them. Its name? Forevermark. And only one jeweler between Annapolis and Washington has it, Zachary's. Not only is it a beautiful and rare diamond, it's a diamond with a story of responsible sourcing, supporting women and girls in diamond-producing areas around the world through education, healthcare, professional training, and other programs. So when you give a Forevermark diamond, you're not just giving, you're giving back. Zachary's and Forevermark, a jeweler and a jewel. Online at zacharysjewelers.com.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and here's your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, December 3rd. Much better across Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County today, with highs 57 to 64 degrees, though it'll be a bit breezy. Sunny again tomorrow, but much colder, and staying a bit breezy as well, with highs 41 to 48, followed by more sun the rest of the week as temps settle into the upper 30s to mid-40s for highs each day into Saturday. As for Sunday, we're tracking a potential winter storm for the region that could bring a mix or even outright snow for all as a storm comes out of the deep south or Gulf of Mexico and heads for a spot off of the east coast somewhere between the Carolinas and the Maryland shoreline. So stay tuned for regular updates on that each day this week. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there and be sure to download our free app by searching for DCMDVA Weather from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store, or follow us on Facebook or Twitter, or on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Here's to the teacher who spends her weekend helping children who need a little extra attention. To the soldier who missed the birth of his baby while serving overseas. To the EMT working full-time and taking night classes. To the police officers and firefighters working long hours away from their families to keep our families safe. Here's to you, our hometown heroes. I'm Alan Hyatt, Chairman and President of Severn Bank, and we know there are many heroes among us, men and women who serve without expecting anything in return, which is why we're honored to offer our Hometown Heroes program to educators, law enforcement officers, firefighters, first responders, healthcare workers, and military personnel. Whether you're opening a checking account or buying a new home, we're here to give back to you. Learn more about our Hometown Heroes program at severnbank.com. Severn Bank, here with you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.